Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So as you can tell by the title of this video, I tested positive. Oh my god. So my experience was not as bad as some people, but it definitely wasn't mild. The symptoms were definitely there. So in this video, I'm just gonna talk about how I knew, the symptoms, what I used to treat it. And I mean, clearly I'm okay. I'm here, your girl is alive, and I'm back to work. Everything's normal. Normal, whatever that means now. So I guess I'll start with how I knew. So basically, without knowing, I came in contact with someone that had it. I'm pretty sure that's what it was because I tried to trace it back and I just have no idea of where I could have gotten it. So one night I was having a few drinks, right? And by few, I mean a few, like just 4 drinks. Nothing crazy. I had to work and I did not want to be hungover. I am very responsible when it comes to work, so I didn't want to screw it up. The next day, I had the worst headache I've ever had in my whole life. I really thought I was just hungover, but the more I thought about it, how can I be hungover off of 4 drinks when I'm a big drinker? I used to drink like 20 beers and I'll be fine. Maybe not 20, but you know what I mean. So I waited it out a little bit and the headache would just not go away. So I just ended up texting my boss like, hey, I can't go to work. I think I have the Rona. He was very upset. I mean, obviously he wants me to go to work. They don't want to find coverage. No job does, to be honest. It's so annoying. They rather you work sick. He was very nice about it and I wasn't gonna go back to work till my test results came in. So I went to get tested at CVS. However, the results didn't come in for like 2 weeks. So I was isolating for those 2 weeks, just waiting on the results. That headache did not go away. I don't know how to explain it to people how I knew, besides the fact that I felt different. I've been sick before. I've had a cold, I've had a flu. This was way different. I don't know how to explain it. My body just did not feel the same. Nobody knows your body more than you do. So if you feel weird, go get checked. I took Advil for the headache. It did not go away. Actually, the headache didn't go away for a whole month. So yeah, it was one of those symptoms that really stayed with me. After the headache, I started getting a really sour taste in my mouth. It kind of tasted like sour mucus. It was just slimy and it was weird. When that started happening, I started getting a cough. Once the cough kicked in, I was like, girl, you're positive. You have to be. I still didn't know my results at this point because like I said, they took 2 weeks. Don't go to CVS, sorry. So I have that cough, I have that sour taste in my mouth. The next thing that came with it was the thirstiness. I could drink all the water in the world and it would not work. I was so thirsty. I went from drinking like 1 water bottle a day to like 5. It was horrible. You would just drink and drink and drink and it wouldn't work. So after that, I mean, it was 2 weeks of me isolating. I had nothing to do. I live with my parents, so I don't want them to get it. I stayed in my room. My room is not very big, so I was going crazy. One night, I had a lot of trouble breathing. I get a lot of anxiety, so I just assumed maybe, you know, being stuck in this room for 2 weeks, not having any social contact, maybe it's getting to me, you know, it's just stay calm. But I don't know how to describe it besides it feels very tight. It feels like anxiety, but different. Like I almost felt it in my throat, like I couldn't breathe, like someone was like choking me, I don't know. Me being stubborn, I was really bored one day and I decided to do a little mini workout. Oh fuck, I don't want to cry, but I should have not done that workout. I felt like shit immediately. So I was like, oh, I need to go take a shower. When I got out of the shower, my body just broke down. The fever spiked. I was checking my temperature constantly. It reached 102 for me. I know some people have it worse, but I can't even remember the last time I've been sick, so my body just shut down. I kept telling my parents and my sister, because they were here for Father's Day, like, I just don't feel right. I don't want to go out of my room till I have my results. They constantly were nagging me, like, oh, there's something new, you're not telling us something. You're not telling us something, you know. And I was like, who the fuck would hide the fact that they have the Rona? Like, whatever. I'm not even surprised my family reacted like that, because they just think I'm lying all the time. I have no idea. That fever was pretty fucking crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I went to sleep and I woke up drenched in sweat. Like drenched. My clothes was like soggy. I don't know. It was pretty bad. After I got the fever under control, I still had that cough, but it wasn't like constant coughing. It was coughing here and there. The sour taste and the headache would not go away. So 2 weeks later, I'm not getting my results from CVS, so I decided to go somewhere else to get tested. If you're from the valley, I went to the Indio Fairgrounds. In the Indio Fairgrounds, they actually do the test for you. And that one's the one that they really stick it up your nose. So the CVS one, you go on both nostrils, but you don't go all the way in. The Indio Fairgrounds one, they stick it all the way up your nose till it touches your throat almost. It's very uncomfortable, but it's really not that bad. So I went there, and then they told me, like, you have symptoms? I was like, yes. So they're like, don't go to work till you get these results. So a week passes for my results. I'm still haven't gotten my CVS ones, which is fucking stupid. By the time you get your results at CVS, you probably already gave the virus to someone, or you're gonna be dead. I'm sorry, but that's just not right. Anyways, a week later, I got the results from the Indio Fairgrounds, which came so soon, and it was positive. No one believed me. Everybody was saying, oh, you're exaggerating. And I was like, no, I just didn't feel fine. So obviously now I have to wait 2 more weeks. 2 more weeks. One night I couldn't go to sleep because I couldn't breathe. I legit couldn't breathe. My nose felt stuffed, but it was dry. Like, there was no mucus to make it stuffed. But I just couldn't breathe. So I remembered I had vapor rub. So I go get the vapor rub and I'm rubbing it on myself. That's when I realized I could not smell it. I just kept smelling it and I was like, I can't smell shit right now. I low-key broke down because I was like, I hope I make it out of this. I mean, you see all these bad things happening. I was really scared, so I went manic. Like, my anxiety just made me go manic. I went everywhere in my room and I found everything that smelled really bad usually to me, and I smelled it. I had a bottle of vodka from whatever night I was drinking, and I mean, vodka smells like shit. So I smelled it and I smelled nothing. Nothing. Everything I smelled, it was nothing. The next day, I got Uber Eats and I was eating my food and it tasted like cardboard. It was really bad. Like, I couldn't breathe, I couldn't taste, I couldn't smell, and the fever was up and down all the time. So I mean, there was nothing really I could do. Just wait it out, take what I could. I mean, I definitely wasn't prepared. I didn't have everything I could have possibly needed. So yeah, the symptoms were really crazy. Now, what did I take that helped me? For the cough, I took Robitussin, and I'm pretty sure that's what helped with the fever too. That, and I had antibiotics. So I did take those 2 things. That really helped. It really helped a lot. The cough was not very, like, the cough didn't get bad because of the Robitussin. Also, don't take anything I tell you without asking a doctor, because I am not a doctor. I am a CVS employee. I just took what I had because I could not go buy stuff. I also took vitamin C, which is very important. My mom made me teas here and there, and I drank electrolytes and lots and lots and lots of water. Now, another symptom you will get is digestive issues. Mine didn't get that bad because I am in the habit of taking like a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar every day. I really think that's the reason nothing crazy happened where I got diarrhea like some, because I felt it coming, but because I drank the shot of apple cider vinegar, I think I was fine. I think the worst part of this whole journey was being stuck in my room alone. I mean, I was going crazy. My Wi-Fi stopped working. I was just relying on my phone for everything. When you have anxiety and you get used to being around people and being social, it's crazy getting stuck in the same four walls. It was also really hot in my room because it's like 118 every day in the valley. I was just sweating with the fever. It just did not mix well. I missed Father's Day. That was very sad for me. Especially because I heard my sister and her husband talking with my dad downstairs and I couldn't go anywhere. I was also very worried about my parents. My mom has diabetes. My dad has gotten a heart attack. He has a lot of heart issues. If they get it, they'll die. So I was constantly worrying, like, what do I do if I come out positive? What if they have it? What if I gave it to them? Oh my god, what do I do? I also don't have a restroom in my room. So I would go use the restroom outside. But every time I went to the restroom, I wore my mask. Now, this is a part of video that I'm really passionate about. Always wear your mask and social distance. And for all you people that say this is a hoax and that social distancing doesn't work, it does. Because I was around my parents before I started feeling weird, and I've been using my restroom. I have to get out of my room, but I had my mask on. They kept their distance. When they brought me food, they would leave it outside my door. And when they got tested, they came out negative. Thank God they came out negative. But yes, guys, wearing a mask does work. Please wear your mask everywhere. You might be healthy, but that other person might not be. So who are you to be selfish and not care about their lives? Honestly, them testing negative just kind of gave me a sense of you're doing the right steps into keeping your parents safe. I work at a CVS pharmacy, so obviously I'm around sick people all the time. At this point, wearing a mask was not required. It was just recommended, whatever that means. So I was scared, you know. Some people don't care. They just don't wear a mask. I could have gave it to my parents, but when I got home, I had my mask on. I did not take it off till I got in my room. I took off all my work clothes and put it in a plastic bag and just Lysol my backpack. Whatever I was wearing that day, I just sprayed it, and clearly it worked. Why? Because I was social distancing. I was wearing my mask and I was disinfecting everything I touched. I was also putting hand sanitizer constantly, and it worked. I am the perfect example of social distancing and wearing your mask works. I was positive. I was quarantined for a whole month and they never got it. And my parents are downstairs right now watching a movie like normal. So it worked, guys. Please wear your mask. Whatever you take from this video, just wear your mask, please. Now, the reason I was gone for a whole month was because I couldn't go back to work till I tested negative, of course. I had a lot of negative messages, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of people thought I was exaggerating or making shit up, that I didn't want to go to work. You might think it's not gonna get to you, but it will. I feel like eventually it's gonna get to everyone. Until they find a vaccine, all we can do is, you know, prevent everything. So once I tested negative, I was put on the schedule. I've been back at work for 3 weeks now. Work was hard, I'm not gonna lie. The first week, I was still having a little trouble breathing. At this point, my smell and taste wasn't fully back yet. So it was hard. I mean, I'm a supervisor at CVS, so I'm constantly running back and forth. I found myself having to sit down plenty of times. I remember one day I was working with one of my favorite coworkers, and he's like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "No, I feel a little dizzy." Literally, as soon as I said I was dizzy, I almost fell back a little. I was like, "Whoa." He was just like, "Go sit down. Just go get yourself together." Thank God I was working with him, and he's so sweet, but I mean, I was scared that I might still have it because they're saying that some tests are coming back positive when people are actually negative. So it's like, I don't know. But I feel fine now. I can taste and smell now. The craziest thing is my anxiety went away. And by it went away, I mean like I haven't had a panic attack or an anxiety attack since I got out of my room. It's so weird. Like I just feel better than ever. I don't know how to describe it. I feel like just from feeling so shitty to feeling amazing now just made such a difference in how I look at life. You really take life for granted. You take simple things in life for granted. I don't want to cry, but it was just a really bad experience for me. But I took for granted little things that you wouldn't think of, like smelling, tasting. I mean, I couldn't eat. I felt so skinny. I felt so malnourished. Like no matter what I ate, I couldn't taste it. So what was the point of eating? I wouldn't say I took life for granted, but I don't think I appreciated certain things. Going outside, wow. Not being able to go outside for a whole month was very devastating. I walk everywhere, so I love being outside. I love being outdoors. Not being able to feel the breeze on my face was horrible. The only time I got to feel the outside was when I went to get tested. Not being around people really does something to your mental state. When I went back to work, it's like I didn't know how to talk to people. I don't know how to describe it, but it's like you lose practice of being social. I also feel like this helped bring me and my parents closer. I mean, they were amazing. I don't know what I would have done if I was doing this alone. I mean, they were bringing me food, water, anything I needed, they would bring it to me. No hesitation. I would just call them and it would be outside my door. My mom would call me on the phone. We would talk. You know, it kept me sane because I couldn't see anyone. I never celebrate 4th of July, but hearing the fireworks and having to watch from my window definitely made me realize I took that for granted. I mean, there's a lot of things that I can talk about that I really didn't appreciate. A clean bed, getting to shower when I want. I mean, these are things that I couldn't do. One of my fears was going back to work and getting treated like I'm a cootie. I was fine, nobody cared. A lot of people actually asked me if I was okay, which was crazy. I mean, I had a person that had blocked me from work message me if I was okay. Like, I don't know, this thing really opens people's eyes. Now I see life differently. I mean when I tested negative, I ran outside and I just wanted to soak in all the sun. It was amazing. I just walked forever. And work, I just look at it differently. Like, I'm so glad I can work. To think some people are at the hospital gasping for air, possibly dying, and I'm able to go back to work. Oh my god, I just appreciate being at work. I appreciate walking, being outside. Life is amazing, and you really do have to live your life to the fullest because you never know when it's gonna end. I was so depressed before this, thinking like, oh, I'm gonna get the virus and I don't want to get it. I was just so depressed about getting the virus, and then I got it, and now look, I'm fine, thank god. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that night with the fever, I thought I was gonna die, and I was very sad. I didn't want my parents to find me like that. Thankfully, I'm okay. My parents are okay. Now, my plans are to donate my plasma to help people, so I am looking into that. Other than that, I'm just working. I'm still being cautious. I wear my mask around my house the whole time. I do not take it off. I am not gonna put my parents at risk. That's just not gonna happen. My throat still isn't 100%, not gonna lie. I still feel really thirsty all the time. But I can taste, I can smell now. I also have a lot of friends messaging me that they have symptoms, which is crazy that they confided in me to tell me. I had one of my friends message me. She's like, I'm scared. My temperature reached 104. I was like, girl, you gotta go get tested. Go get checked. A week later, I found out she died. I cried a lot. Just hearing from her a week ago and then finding out she died, it just really settled things in. Like, you just never know how it's gonna affect people. I mean, I have friends that didn't feel anything. I felt like shit, and I mean, obviously she didn't feel fine. So it's crazy to know that she's not here anymore. I also had a friend get intubated and obviously didn't make it, so it's serious. Just because you didn't get symptoms or because you survived doesn't mean everybody will. So guys, let's all be respectful and wear masks and just be cautious about people around us, because you don't know what they have. You don't know if they're healthy or not. So I hope I didn't blab too much. If you guys have any questions about my symptoms or anything that I went through, just message me, comment down below. Just let me know what you want to know. Just let me know any questions you have, because I'll definitely answer them. I know I said this a lot, but please wear your mask. Do us all the favor. Look at Asia, they're doing amazing. Why are we not getting it? What's not clicking? Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Please stay safe, guys. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe to my channel. I got a ring light, so I'll be posting more videos now, especially makeup ones. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bye.